In a small, quiet village surrounded by green fields and gentle hills, life moved slowly. Birds sang in the morning, and children laughed as they ran along dusty paths. People lived simply, but their hearts were full of hope and kindness. In this peaceful village lived an old woman named Amina. She had soft, gentle eyes and a smile that made everyone feel warm inside. She lived alone in a small wooden house with a tiny garden full of colorful flowers. Amina's life was not easy. She had no family nearby, and sometimes she felt very lonely. But she always believed in something bigger than herself. Every morning she would pray and talk to God, asking for strength and guidance. One day a heavy storm came to the village. The wind was strong and the rain poured down like never before. Many villagers worried about their homes and crops. Amina's little house shook, but she kept her faith. She whispered softly, "God, please help us all." The next morning the sun rose gently over the fields. Villagers came out and saw that, though some houses were damaged, everyone was safe. Amina smiled warmly at her neighbors and said, "Faith gives us hope, even in the hardest times." From that day, the villagers remembered her words. They realized that believing and trusting, even when life is difficult, can give strength and courage to face anything. Not far from Amina's house lived a young mother named Sarah. She had a little boy, Semi, and worked hard every day to take care of him. But lately Sarah felt very worried. Her small farm had not grown much, and there was barely enough food for her family. Every night she would sit by the window, holding Semi close, and whisper, "How will we survive?" Her heart felt heavy, and tears often fell quietly on her cheeks. She loved her son more than anything, but the worry made her feel alone and hopeless. Sarah saw Amina every morning tending her garden. She noticed the old woman always looked calm and peaceful, even when the storm came. Sarah wondered, "How can she be so strong? I feel so scared and tired." One morning, Sarah went to Amina's house. She felt sad and said, "Amina, I don't know what to do. I am so worried about my son and our farm." Amina smiled gently and took Sarah's hand. "Listen, my dear," she said softly. "Sometimes life feels very hard, but faith and hope can give us strength." Amina continued, "Long ago, when I was young, my garden did not grow at all. I felt like giving up. But every day I planted seeds, watered them, and prayed. Slowly, the plants grew, and one day my garden was full of flowers and fruits. That is the power of patience and believing." Sarah listened carefully. The story made her heart feel lighter. She realized that even when life is difficult, small steps and hope can bring big changes. Amina added, "When you feel worried, close your eyes, pray, and take one small step. Trust that things can get better. Faith can turn fear into courage." After talking to Amina, Sarah felt a small warmth in her heart. She decided to try something new. Every morning she would wake up early, smile at Sami, and say, "Today will be better." She started working on her small farm with hope instead of fear. Even when the sun was hot or the soil was hard, she whispered, "I can do this. God is helping me." Sarah also began to help her neighbors when she could, sharing a little food or a kind word. Each time she helped someone, her heart felt lighter. Slowly, she noticed small changes. The plants on her farm began to grow, and Sami laughed more often. She realized that thinking positively and taking small steps every day made her feel stronger. Life was not perfect, but now she had hope and courage in her heart. Months passed, and Sarah's farm slowly became full of green plants and fresh vegetables. Sami ran happily through the fields, laughing under the warm sun. The little house was filled with joy and laughter again. Sarah often remembered Amina's words and felt grateful. She realized that her small efforts, combined with hope and faith, had brought change. Life was still simple, but now it felt full of happiness and possibilities. The villagers noticed Sarah's smile and her calm heart. They saw how hope and faith could turn worry into courage and sadness into joy. Sarah now believed deeply that even when life feels hard, trusting and staying positive can create beautiful days. Faith, hope, and kindness can change hearts and lives. Even in hard times, staying positive and helping others brings light and happiness.